It's on. Not anymore. All right. Oh, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So nice to see you. This is a fun one tonight. I'll tell you why. We got some notables in the sanctuary tonight. We have some notables. I'm not going to embarrass anybody and say why each person is notable. But what I will say is we got some notables here. And I'm sure that some of that stuff will come out maybe a little bit later on in the service. But welcome back to some people here. Welcome to others here. And nice to see you again to various people here. So we are going to begin with the singing of Hine Ma Tov. It's on page 128 in your Siddur.
Hine Ma Tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hine Ma Tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Wow, perfect time. Perfect timing. We are again so glad to see everyone here, and our service will continue with the officially starting Shabbat by lighting the Shabbat candles, and it can be found on page 120 and 121 is the English. And so we call forward our bat mitzvah of tomorrow. That's Gia. She's going to be a bat mitzvah right there. And we call forward Gia along with her parents and her sister to come up here and join us. Oh, a likely story. Now, fine, I'll take care of it. We're having manicure issues. That's a fair reason to not be able to do it. Manicure issues, you know. Hold on, but at least you're here, so what we're going to read, though. Don't use your manicure as an excuse for not reading English. Okay, just what you read. Take that. Hold this. Wait a minute. As these Shabbat candles.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all whom behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our day be among those who kindle light.
Nice. Do you want me to light it and you then light it, or do you, okay, I'll strike it and you light it. Very good. So that'll be like a manicure issues. Further with questions. Tilt it this way. Yeah. Come around and let's make sure that one got it. Now let's do that one. We still got time. Now blow it out. Bravo. Join us. Baruch
atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Grab this. We're on page 123 as we continue with Kiddush. Actually, one-handed. I'll hold this for you. Don't drink anything. We're going to sing that first. Ready?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Don't drink. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher letziyat mitzrayim, kivanu v'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha li'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. All right. We are going to have a little fun with Kabbalat Shabbat. So this is Zamru, as in Zamru Ladonai Bechinur. It's on page 134 in your Siddur.
Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, B'kol Zimra. Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, B'kol Zimra.
And another addition to our Kabbalat Shabbat experience is Lecha Dodi. This is on page 138, and let me tell you what's going to happen before we continue, and that is we are going to do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. One of these days I'm going to surprise you with a couple of different verses just to see what happens. And you're going to be like, and everyone's going to like gasp a little bit. But 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we reach the 9th verse, I'm going to invite you to rise and face the entrance to greet the Sabbath bride. It is my hope, as it's always my hope, that someone is going to come in late, right as we're turning around and facing, and that person is going to have to just stand there while we're all staring at that person. One day it's going to happen. But so Lecha Dodi, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, again, we're going to rise and face the entrance on the 9th verse as a way of greeting and welcoming in the Sabbath bride.
Holy
continue with our call to worship, which is the Baruch Hu. It's on page 146. So remain standing. We are on page 150, excuse me. And I invite you to join me in the English 150. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Page 152, Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. We are on the next page, 154. V'ahavta
Et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uktavtam amzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai v'ritem kedoshim Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hoseti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
So we are on 159 in the English. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles and earth protect. protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content. Her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Micha Mocha is on the facing page. In just a moment, we are going to continue with the tefillah. However, for the time being, I do want to point out that the person who introduced that melody to this synagogue was named Cantor Gabriel Snyder. And the reason why I tell you that mention his name is because this weekend, Cantor Snyder and his once girlfriend, then fiancée, are getting married tomorrow in Boston, and so it's kind of sweet to just learn about the trials and tribulations or the lifetime experiences and life cycle moments of some of the people who meant a lot to us here, and Cantor Snyder certainly one of them. So Mazel Tov to Cantor Snyder and to Lindsay. All right, we continue now with the tefillah, which is on page 166, and then it's going to continue on, 164, and then it's going to continue on 166, 168, and 170 in kind of rapid succession. And so we invite you to please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftachu v'yagi tehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanurah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gdula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Li'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham, Ezrat Sarah. Ata gibor leolam Adonai, Mechaye hakol ata rav lehoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofech cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekaye emunato lishenei afar michamocha ba'el gevurot umidom melach melech memit umechaye umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata lechayot hakol Baruch ata Adonai mechaye hakol.
170.
Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'keroshim b'chol yom yalu chasela. Baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. We're on page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Our evening prayer for peace is called Shalom Rav. It's on 178.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam.
Baruch atah Adonai hamevarech et amo Yisrael. Shalom. So feel free to put your sidors, your prayer books down. All times I was getting excited about this one tonight. We got some special people in here. I know if I'm going to say a few thoughts. And so for those of you who are new or somewhat new to the congregation, where it's been a while, we have a nice little tradition here which we take some time to just share some of the joys that are in our lives, and then a little bit later we'll talk about the difficulties too. But we always begin joy. And so if you've experienced joy recently, and Your poem about the painting is going to be featured with the painting.
About a white peacock.
A white peacock. Fantastic.
Second day,
Yes?
at the Old Fox Bookhouse coffee shop at Annapolis, my books, poems, are also there as well.
Wow.
And I met a special lady who's a painter. And you know how artists are. I wrote a poem about her paintings.
And now it's being featured with her painting. It's impressive. Keep going. Or is that it? I couldn't tell if, because there were a couple of that had like doubles in there, and I wasn't sure if those were their own or.
I think so, yeah. I think he's right.
You have more joy than most. You're just, well, we'll talk about that a little bit later too. Micah, you got some joy you want to share? Okay. You got to go fishing today. Did you catch anything? You caught a fish without a rod and reel. Only a string. What did you like put like tie it up into a little like loop or something, into a little noose, and then it kind of swam into it and you caught it? Wow. Did you catch any fish with an actual rod and reel? Where did you fish, by the way? Really? I hear that they stick catfish on that basketball court. No, never mind. I was thinking something else. You got to come here. You're going on a what this summer? A few cruises. That's some good stuff. I think, I'm surprised you didn't lead with that, but okay, keep going. All right. Well said. Well said. Anything else? I'm sure you do too, but don't worry. We feel it. Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? Howard.
We had our oldest granddaughter graduate from high school.
Mazel tov. Oldest granddaughter graduated from high school. Where was that? Walter Johnson.
She's headed to something called Lafayette.
Wasn't Walter Johnson a famous baseball player? Yes. But probably, was the school named after the baseball player or a different Walter? Really? Oh, wow. Anybody else have joy? Okay. Jim.
I think I'll stand up, otherwise.
Yeah, good. This is a good idea. We're going to be here for a while with Jim's.
Karen and I are so happy to be here in our second home and to be embraced with the smiles and the arms of all of the people in this beautiful sanctuary. You may or may not know that in November of last year, Karen and I made Aliyah to Israel. A long journey. I was 86 years old, and she was only 29. And
Between the two of you, that made you guys 115.
we think that we're coming to a very old country, like I am old.
Right.
And yet, it is in many ways an extraordinarily modern society with people from different cultures, people who speak French or Russian or Ethiopian languages on the street, and who relate to each other in an extraordinarily loving fashion. There are problems, yes, and yet we have been embraced by people, and we have experienced, for example, Shabbat and the peace, and knowing people who live the values of Torah and who know all of the stories which we as Jews have grown up in. It's a great joy, and we are going back. That's our other home, but we will come back many times, I hope, and we hope that we
Wow, that was a beautiful way of describing what Israel means to the Jewish people and what Israel means to you. So, welcome back. Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? More joy. Yes, Joyce. How many years? How many years? Yes. You can't just lead with our wedding anniversary and not say how long. 63 years?
We got married,
That, yeah. I am now going to give you my little spiel about that. And I do this from time to time, especially when you get 63 years. You know, it's like there's a lot to say about, quality and all the time and marriage and day after day and beautiful and blah, 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 blah. Fact is that, yes, that's great, but longevity is really, really something to appreciate and to acknowledge, because anyone who is or has been married can tell you that if you are really the lucky one, then marriage is a cakewalk. But generally speaking, that is not how it works. And it is tough, and you got to work on it, and you got to commit yourself to it. And there are plenty of times in which you say, I cannot believe this. What am I doing here? But then you realize, wow, you've built something special together. And 63 years means that you have worked for 63 years to make what you have something special and beautiful, and that is amazing. Mazel tov on 63 years of work, and hopefully a lot of joy along the way, too. Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? Anybody else got some joy they want to share? Yes. Because they're not saying anything, so you will. Gia's got a bat mitzvah coming up. She's got a bat mitzvah. And anything else about it that's joyous? The fact that you just have a bat mitzvah coming up, or is there anything maybe around you that you can kind of, literally, objectively kind of touch? Yes, celebrating with your family and loved ones. Indeed, I'm so glad, and mazel tov. And by the way, if you want to see real, extraordinary perfection, Gia is good tomorrow. Yep, she's good. Who's got some joy? Anybody other ones? Yeah. Stand. Shabbat shalom.
My name is Colette, and I recently officially joined the tribe and restored my family's legacy as we're conversos.
Oh. Conversos is the term that it's similar to Marranos, but a converso Marrano was a Jew who practiced Judaism in secret, but who but in public acted and functioned not Jewish. But a converso is someone who, under duress, actually converted and didn't practice Judaism. And Colette, welcome back. I mentioned to Colette when I saw her earlier, and maybe you can say the same thing, because we were there together, that I recognized her from Mount Sinai, because we were receiving the Torah together, as you all were receiving the Torah with me, or most of you, and so it's good to see you again.
My family did practice Judaism, the guys always says that.
All right, so Marranos, converted, whatever, but the point is all the same. We get the point. And we're glad to have you back. And we appreciate you making that commitment to come back. Anybody else want to share joy? Matt. Well, what's funny is, like, after that, you're going to be like, the next one, and it's going to be like so, and it's going to be like, oh my God.
In addition to that, my middle child, 15
About time.
It was real roller coaster.
Wow, mazel tov. Mazel tov. Anybody else have joy? Aaron. Yep. Without the big schlep during the summer. Certainly makes Route 50 during the summer a whole lot easier when you're not getting on it. That's right. Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? And I'll just end with a little bit of joy. My son is arriving to Newark Airport in an hour and a half after spending the year in Israel. He is literally on the plane. I mean, I complained about him flying on Shabbat, but he didn't really care. No, but we're going to be so nice to have him back, although it's only going to be for a short while before he goes off to work at some summer camp. But the point is that's so great to have him back, or will be. I have confidence that he will land in an hour and a half. I've been tracking his plane. Yes, Howard. Yeah.
The number of different names that spoke of their heritage being from out of this country was incredible.
Wow.
And it says a lot of very good things about this country.
Yeah.
That so many people from all over the world come here to Trinity.
Yep. Indeed. Thank you. I think 800 was also the number of strikeouts that Walter Johnson had over his career, too. Fantastic. Baruch atah Adonai, Gomel Chasadim Tovim. We praise you, Adonai, our God, for you are partners with us in the various joys that are in our lives. Amen. So along with the joy is the flip side, which is the struggle and the pain. Loved ones of ours do not have a total sense of wholeness, and we have a blessing for them. And if you've been here enough, then because every once in a while I kind of share with you my personal reflections on this prayer. And that is that I don't believe that just uttering this prayer brings healing. I don't believe that it's like this magical elixir that somehow you say words and somehow healing comes. It's not how I think, and it's not how I operate. As I have kind of quipped a handful of times, or more than a handful, that if I did believe it, then we would just nonstop. We would forget the Shema and forget the Tefillah and all that, and we would just say this blessing over and over and over again, hoping that in some way we said it the right way in the right time, and somehow healing would then come to the people we want it to. I don't believe it's the case. I don't believe words bring healing. I think doctors heal. And I think synagogues contribute to healing. And the reason why I think we contribute to healing is because in moments like this, when we utter these words, when we hear others who are also going through pain and struggle, when we join our voices with them, that it gives us strength. It gives us courage. It reminds us that we're not alone. And I actually think that those feelings can contribute to healing. And so the words alone, maybe not. But what the words kind of bring up in terms of, and evoke in terms of the way we feel, it does contribute to it. And so I'm going to begin the words of this blessing called Mishaberach, and halfway through this blessing, I'm going to pause and give you a chance to share any name that you want to of a person who is in need of healing. You can say your own name, you can say someone else's name, you can say the name in Hebrew, you can say the name in English, you can just think the name to yourself. And I'll do so by just kind of looking around the room, and at the point when my eye meets yours or close to yours, feel free to say the name. And then we'll finish the blessing and sing. So the blessing goes like this: Mishaberach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, v'imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. Those words mean, may the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel. Hu yivarech v'yirapet kol hacholim shelanu. May God bless and heal all of our loved ones who are in need of healing, especially the ones whom we name at this time. And so if my eye meets yours and you wish to share a name of a loved one in need of healing, feel free to do so. Okay, thank you.
Steve McCarron.
Nancy Duber and Jonathan Schroeder.
Dan Levine and Tom Smith.
Thank you. Chuck Anthony, Lily Rubenstein, Linda Block, Jack Blum, Walter Schatzberg, Allison Herman, Gwen Walkoff, David Becker, and Harav Yoshua, Ben Meir V'chenya. Vishlach lehem bimheira refuah shalema. May God send them speedily a complete recovery. Refuat hanefesh v'refuat haguf, a healing of body and a healing of spirit. Betoch sha'ar cholei Yisrael, amongst all who are in need of healing. V'nomar amen. And let us say amen. So we're on page 371 at this time. If you'd like to follow along with the words to Misha Berach. Pause for a moment of silence. Shalom, Ose Shalom, Ose Shalom, Ose Shalom Bimroma. shalom.
Ose shalom.
Ose shalom.
Ose shalom biroma. Uyase shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Uyase shalom. Uyase shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom.
Ose shalom.
Ose shalom.
Ose shalom.
Ose shalom biroma. Ve'imru amen.
Gia could tell us a lot about this. I'm not going to put any pressure on her to do so, but she could certainly tell us all about this week's Torah portion, which is called Shalach Lecha. And this week's Torah portion is really awesome Torah portion, I mean, especially because it's in the book of Numbers. You know, so often when you have these Torah portions which are buried in these later books of the Torah, it's few and far between, but this one is great. And for various different reasons do I love this Torah portion, but it's the story of Moses sending out spies and scouts to scout out the land of Israel, right? Each tribe has a scout. They all go out, and, well, one of my favorite parts about it is that the Hebrew word for to scout out or to check out the land in Hebrew is latour. And half of you are thinking, oh, like a lovely Chateau Latour. And the other half of you are thinking, oh, that means like to go on a tour. And both of you are, well, the Chateau Latour not is quite as right as the Latour, but it's like Moses sends them out to tour the land. I mean, it's kind of a fun little connection of Hebrew. So what happens, you know, they all come back. They all say, it's amazing, except 10 say, it's great and all, but there's just no way we're going to succeed in taking it. The people there are, those inhabitants of Canaan are like giants. We will get demolished by them. And only 2 of them come back and say, yeah, it was great, and have faith we can do it. And those 2 were Joshua and Caleb. And I'm always kind of amazed by the fact that these 12 people, guys, were doing the exact same tour, so to speak, the exact same places at the exact same moments, and yet they saw the exact same thing at the exact same time, and still 10 of them come back with one opinion and 2 come back with another opinion. And maybe I shouldn't be so surprised, right? It's like our condition in our political world now, right? And again, I don't even need to be more descriptive, but just think about how many times over the last, I don't know, decade, maybe longer, maybe 15 years, that you and another person saw the exact same event and had exactly opposite opinions of it. And to you, you thought it was obvious, and to the other person, it was equally obvious. It's amazing how our world works that way. Like it used to be that we thought we could see the same, we saw the same thing. You know, that our eyes don't deceive us or don't tell different stories, but they do. And so maybe I shouldn't be so surprised that when the scouts came back, 10 of them saw one thing, that it would be an impossible event for us to take Canaan, and 2, Joshua and Caleb said, no, we can do it. But the other reason why it might not be so surprising is because, and I think that maybe this one might ring true for some of you, and that is that we understand that depending on the person, we just see things a little differently in terms of just kind of positivity and negativity, right? Some people are the glass is half full, and some people are, the glass is half empty. You know, our tradition, though, has an opinion about whether the right way is to be glass half full or glass empty. Because our tradition said that with respect to these scouts and these spies, the 10 who came back negatively, they, by the way, were punished. Joshua and Caleb, on the other hand, they were actually able to go into Canaan. They were rewarded. And so our tradition clearly has an opinion about whether we should see things as from a positive perspective or from a negative perspective. Now, it's not so easy. You know, it's easy to say, oh, I'm a positive person. I just always see the positives in people and things. But it's not true. Anyone here who thinks that they're a positive person generally isn't necessarily a positive person. I'll explain. Imagine if you were lying on your back, you're looking up at the ceiling of your home, and you have tiles on the roof, on the ceiling, and you have 100 tiles there, and 99 of those tiles are perfectly aligned, and one of those tiles is not aligned. I ask you, which one of those tiles are you focusing on? Yeah, it's obvious. If we have a light bulb that's out in here, are you noticing all the light bulbs that are working, or are you noticing the one that's out? We know what you're doing. You don't need to say it, and you don't need to try to pretend, by the way, that you're one of the people that sees all the light bulbs that are working. Because it just doesn't work that way. We don't operate that way. And it's even more insidious, sadly, when it's our loved ones, right? It's like your spouse of 63 years, no less, or your children. You don't meditate on all of the great things about them, but you do when they annoy you, right? You don't talk about, oh, that was so nice how you swept, but you do talk about it when they leave something on the floor or on the counter. Because it's wired in us to notice the negative. We are built that way. Sad but true. If there is a person in here who is not like that, who gladly, just like, oh, it's so cute how there was a mess left here, or how you didn't call when you said you were going to call, right? Oh, but that's so cute because I love all the other stuff, right? That's then good for you, and we need to copy you, but it doesn't work that way, right? But it is our job to be mindful of it, at least. It's okay to notice the negatives if we're at least just kind of in a relationship with that way. And we say, all right, I'm noticing the negatives, but that doesn't mean that has to occupy everything about me. Right? I can still also see positive while I see negative. Our tradition, we have an expression. It's hakarat hatov. It's a Jewish value. It means seeing the best, seeing the positive. And there's a story which kind of goes straight to that value. And whether or not you believe this story to be instructive, it's irrelevant. But I'll tell you the story. It's the story of Akiva, Rabbi Akiva. And he's walking on making, from one town to the next, and it's getting late, and he's got with him his rooster, his donkey, and a candle. And this is the Talmud. The Talmud is the volume is Brachot, page 68. I looked it up this morning. He's got his rooster, his donkey, and a candle with him. And it's night, and he goes into the town, and he wants to stay over in an inn overnight. And the innkeeper, it doesn't explain why, whether it was because they didn't want the rooster and the donkey in the inn with him, or whether it was just because they didn't have any rooms. The Talmud does not tell us why, but it does say that Akiva was denied entrance into the inn. And what does Akiva say? Everything that's done is done for the best. All right, fine. And so what happens? He's sleeping on the side of the road, and in an instance, his rooster runs away, and so does his donkey. And a gust of wind comes and blows out the candle. So he now no longer has the three things that he brought with him: his donkey, his rooster, and his candle. And of course, Akiva models for us how to be everything that God does is for the best. Right? And the next morning he wakes up and he hears that marauders had come into the town, stolen and ravaged the town and looted. But since Akiva wasn't there, his donkey and his rooster didn't make a sound. His candle didn't give away his location. Akiva says, "Didn't I tell you everything that happens is for the best?" Again, we don't need to go into the theology of that story from the Talmud. I think we can all agree that that is some fanciful writing, and I hardly believe that, as you are denied entrance into a hotel and you have to stay overnight at the side of the road, that everything is for the best, and that when your main possessions go running away and your only light source is blown out, that you're like, oh, this is all probably for the best. I don't think we're saying that, but the Talmud was trying to make some sort of a comment to us. And what was that? The Talmud was saying, hey, you can see things always from a bad place. You can choose to see the negative. You may not be like Akiva and just in the most hideous of moments say, oh, it's all for the good. But the fact is that our tradition is trying to nudge us in that direction. It may not necessarily be a realistic way of operating and behaving, but it can at least be a model for how we operate. Right? So the spies, they started it, and Akiva kind of brought it to a close for our tradition to kind of crystallize our value. And what's the value? The value is you can't always see the positive, but you have to work towards it. It's human nature not to, but that doesn't mean we can't fight the impulse. And so Shalach Lecha, it has a lot of great stories, and we're going to hear many more and more important ones tomorrow. But tonight, a little whetting of your appetite as we begin this week's Torah portion. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. So I invite you, please, at this time, to reopen your prayer books, this time to page 586. And when you get there, 586, I ask you to rise for Aleinu. All right, me and you.
Aleinu l'shabeach
Don hakol,
l'adon
take gedula liotzer breshit,
shel
lo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama.
שלא שם חלקנו
Kenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lechal kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad ushemo echad. Please be seated. So, this is the moment in our service when we bring to mind our loved ones who have been called to their eternal rest. We have a tradition here for those of you who are new or newish, or newish Jewish, which is newish, that when we share a name, that we ask, if you want to, that the mourner rise. If you hear your loved one's name, to stand. And so we have an opportunity to see you in your moment of difficulty and serve as and be a community for you. And then at the very conclusion, of course, I'll invite anyone to rise if you want to, if it's your tradition or out of solidarity or whatever. But so to begin, I'm just going to share names, and if you hear your loved one's name mentioned and you wish to rise, please feel free to do so. Two people, we are in the period of Shloshim, the 30 days of intensive mourning for Margot Zachs Levin and John Hogruff. Margot was the mother-in-law of Missy Robinson, and John, the father of Carrie Ann Moody. And these loved ones whose yahrzeits occur on this Shabbat, it means it's the anniversary of their passing. Ellen Berlin, Barbara Gordon, Julian Meyer, Morton Sarubin, Ivan Gable, Sidney Haken, Shawnee Pittman, Susan Hilton, Elsie Budman, Harvey Cherner, Michelle DeMeo, Alan Goldstein, Esther Kramer Pantzer, Edith Sass, Stephen Stone, Abraham Feldman, Jean Goldberg, Shirley Henschel, Erwin Ozer, Samuel Simon, Diane Berkowitz, Albert Moore, Gerald Katz, Joseph Kellerman, Martha Littman, Frank Rocco, and Peter Zimmerman. And so in gratitude for their lives and linking their names with the rest of our loved ones, we invite anyone now who wishes to rise as well to please do so. And we continue with the Mourner's Kaddish. It's on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yamad divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechal beit Yisrael, ba'galal v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach li'alam ulamei al-maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kusha b'richu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiram b'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu v'Yal Kol Yisrael, v'Imru, Amen. May the the source of peace, and peace to all who mourn, and comfort to every bereaved heart. And let us say amen. Please be seated. Thank you. Okay. We're very close to being done. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here, and welcome to those of you it's been a while, or new, or borrowed, or blue. Just a handful of things to share with you. Tomorrow, Gia's bat mitzvah, 10 a.m. You can watch it on stream if you want to, or you can watch it in person. Hineni, on July 12th, is doing breath-centered, gentle yoga. See the link in the weekly email for details. On July 17th, we've got a summer potluck Shabbat dinner beginning at 6. Come, share food, laughter, and good company with fellow community members. See the weekly email for a link to sign up and to participate. A note that the dues renewal for Temple Beth Shalom continues, and do it online. But if you'd like a hard copy mailed to you or help doing so, you can certainly call the office. There are various other things happening at the temple. Just take a look at our weekly email for more information. And we have, thank you so much. I forgot to mention to Liz Glass and Jill Simon for serving as ushers. Thank you also to Howard Howard Weinstein and Angela Travers for sponsoring the Oneg Shabbat. And glad to see everyone here. We're going to conclude with Motzi, and want to bring Gia back up here along with her sister and parents. And then after Motzi, you have to be really old to remember this song. But this is a Don Olam to the tune of a very, very kind of back in the day version of a Don Olam. So some of you are going to be singing loud and clear, and others are going to be like, never heard this one before. What do you know? And so if you're one of those who are singing loud and clear, make sure that you sing on behalf of a few of us who are not familiar with this. So Adon Olam is on page 600, I think 25. Yep. But first, let's do Motzi and then Adon Olam. Oops, 1 second. Okay, you guys ready for this? Oh, that's a good holla. That's a very special chorus. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. So you can take a hunk off and share it with your family if you want. Bigger hunk than that. Yeah. I'll hold this side. Good, share that. All right, 625. Adon Olam.
I'd like to say as we go with this that 26 years ago, I started studying cantorial arts with cantor Deborah Kochko, who is a 4th generation cantor, and it was her grandfather that wrote this tune in the 1930s, so it doesn't go back all that far.
For those of you who were alive back in the 1930s.
And he was a very famous cantor, was like the chief cantor of Vienna in the World War I era, and then immigrated to the United States. So he became quite a famous cantor. And so this was his melody for Adon Olam. It's really easy. Even if you've never heard it before, you'll pick it up and sing with us. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'et Nasa B'chefzo Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'yacharei Kichlot HaKol
down a little trip down memory lane. And look forward to seeing you in the lobby for an Oneg Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And Shabbat Shalom to anyone who watched on our stream. Welcome and Shabbat Shalom to you all.